Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Lab Rats issue number 3 by John Byrne. We're going to continue. Well, look at this cover. It's great. It's from DC Comics, by the way. So, in the last issue, one guy, I believe called Alex, he's dead, burned alive by a dragon. And so this guy says, hey, do me a favor, Wu, next time you have a brilliant idea, clear with the rest of us because before you implement it. And this looks freaking awesome. So it's dragon against dragon. Now how and why? Well, we're going to find out because we have, since this was all in the past and this is in the present, we have a small recap how they go to this fairy land and they met with Mother Goose, and then Mother Goose suddenly, disappeared, and Wu here is going down into this tube and found some kind of a secret, I don't know, biolab or something. And he contacts with Dana. Now, I'm not sure if Dana a guy or a girl, because one of the reasons that I never liked Wonder Girl, the new one, because she looked like a very small, tiny dude guy girl. It looks very weird. Somehow he cannot, draw, in my opinion, small and young girls very well in this time period, because I don't know, look at this. Is this a dude or a girl? Who knows? Anyway, so Dana contacts Boo and he says, hey, where are you? He said, yeah, I'm down below the city. And but then here in the present, this guy's called Quinlan. And Dana says, what the heck was going on, Quinlan? We were supposed to be on vacation. We weren't supposed to be getting killed. Alex, this was unfortunate, if I have known that was likely to happen. And but his assistant says, didn't you send the team precisely because you knew how dangerous Wonderland really was? I knew there was potential for trouble, yes. I helped Abigail Hook with the genetic engineers she needed to make her dream scheme work. So I believe another flashback. So when Abigail contacted him and Quinlan says, dragons? Abby, are you out of your mind? And I told you, the whole point was to create all of the creatures out of fairy tales, Robert. Dragons are the cornerstones of so many fairy tales. Yes, the ones where lots of innocent people get killed. Do you at least have a way of terminating them if they are out of control? We did, Quentin, says this guy, but Mrs. Goose here is the only one can activate it. These creatures are like the children I never had, Robert. All of them. And but then there's some kind of a security problem, and Abigail walks away. All right, so it seems that Quinlan has a hand in creating these creatures, I guess. Why he agreed to do it is a guess. So Dana here says, but you know what you were sending us into, and you didn't tell us. What would that accomplish, Dana? If there was no problem, I knew you only create one. If there was, you knew we'll deal with it, like the good little lab rats you train us to be. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to have to see the flashback with this in this tunnel. This art looks great. And look at this, all this protoplasm of human, well, I believe it's human flesh, but it could also be different. And then we see Mother Goose here, and I thought, in the last stage, I thought she was a robot, but she has some kind of a control collar on it. So somebody has, shut her off. Also, there's this dragon who has also a collar on it. And he says, basically, hey, you need to release me. But look at the color of this dragon. So I thought, hey, was this right? Because we also have another dragon now. Remember this image. I believe there's some kind of a small color issue here. Meanwhile, outside, this guy and Trilly, that's her name, Trilly has a breakdown because he likes Alex. It was a boyfriend, I believe, and he's dead now. And this guy says, Alex is dead. That dragon fried him. And these creatures are going to do a lot worse to us if we don't keep moving. All right. But then one of these creatures are coming and he says, listen to this, outsider. Your friend is dead because he tried to go where he was not wanted. We really don't want to hurt you. And going back to the lab, we're going back and forth. And so I believe Wu is saying, you are a big honking dragon. Are you say you meant us no harm? Less harm than you mean to us. You created us to die for your entertainment. And then we go to the present again. Abigail Goose said all those creatures were like her children, yet the whole show seemed to be based on their killing each other. Yeah, it only turns out it wasn't her idea. So yeah, there's another guy involving in this whole scheme, and that's the one that, controls Abigail. This guy is a, how do you say, guy recruited for handle the financial end of this whole city. And so Wu says, and you saw there was more money to be made with the nasty side of the little fairy dream tale than with the sweet side. Of course, blood sells. Besides, Disney has a hammerlock on the other side. I like that. But Mother Goose didn't like the idea, did she? No, well-meaning old bag, but totally out of touch with what people really wanted. And he says, but why do you really have to kill people? Says Dana. Well, and then, the dragon says, it makes them fear us, human. The fear is the greatest weapon of all. And then we go to the outside because these guys have a talk with these fairies. And so this Trillia, or what's her name is, says, you really want people to be afraid of you? Doesn't sound like the kind of reputation I want to for a theme park. Perhaps not, but then this park is not our venture. We did not ask to be created nor to be slaughtered for your enjoyment. None of us derived any pleasure from seeing the giant get a slow frit, believe me. That was in the last issue, by the way. But even from the very brief meeting I had with Abigail Goose, such casual cruelty does not seem her style. It isn't. They're not people, says one of these goons. They're products. But they're intelligent. Your dragons even talk. Sure, they talk. Dragons always talk in fairy tales. So this guy explains, in case you missed it, kid, humans being happen to be the top of the food chain on this particular planet. For all I know, your average cow is a regular Einstein. But that's not going to stop me from eating hamburger. So basically, long story short, they want to get away from this place. They want to go, somewhere safe. But the dragon says that not only they want to go away, but they have to, have their revenge. So I talk about this darker skin complexion dragon. So it seems that the white one was with Wu. Now, going back a couple of pages, I believe this is a color error. I believe this was one with the white skin, and the outside dragon is the darker skin because they are here on the outside and these are in the inside. So there's two dragons on different places. And so the other dragon says he will not content to simply escape his prison. He wants to destroy all he can, talking about the darker dragon. Hey, dragon, if you free you, do I have your word? You'll help us beat us, your buddies? There are no buddies of mine. There are no buddies of mine, little one. So Wu jumps on his neck and he says, hey, I take that as a yes, and he's going to try to break the control color. Not sure how he's going to do that. But yeah, going outside. So this fairy creature says, 'tis true, we know but little of your world beyond our prison rules, but we doubt there exists much there to match Draco's power alone. Talking about the black dragon. But, the girl says, I wouldn't be too sure of that, Stumpy. Your par's barbecue breath may not... That's a funny line. Maybe enough to kill some innocent kids, but there's a lot of people who will be only too happy to stop you cold. And most of them are in the Justice League. So the dragon says, enough talk. Without the controlling, sapping my strings, my wings are strong enough to take me anywhere in the world. I will rain down from fire above. I will scorch the planet before anyone can stop me. But he still has the color on, while the white one is now escaping. But then, I don't know, the black dragon or darker dragon is now escaping when he has no color on it? Or am I just seeing things? No, he has no color on it. And he says, yeah, freedom has at hands. And so the white dragon says, I must bring him down before he flies too far. His wings are much stronger. And then he throws this Wu off. and then Wu meets with the others. And so they say, hey, what's happening? Counter-revolution, I think. Are you okay? Where is Alex? Dead. The dragon roasted him before we knew what's happening. And, there's all fire and mayhem around him. And then, this wall is crashing down. Meanwhile, Dana is here releasing Mother Goose. That's not a ghost face. Come on. And she says, your dream has gone sour. You need to stop your creations before more people die. So Mother Goose is all, very distressed, and she talks about her babies and not, letting people get killed. So she's opening some kind of a hidden compartment, and there is something's happening. So this is a biomolecular gel. It reads her genetic code from her skin. Make sure I'm the only one who can press the plate underneath. Only one who can end it all. But then these dragons are, now he has the color on, so it's so weird. So they know that something is amiss, and they are melting, and this dragon says, no! And the other ones are saying, no! Well, that's not what they're saying, but they are melting too. So Dana says, gross, gross, gross. Sure hope this is limited to the creatures and Abigail and her mad scientist created. So she meets up with the rest. Trivials is, hurt because he protect the other ones. And then they are, back here, and it's all well and well. Well, not all of them. So Trilby says, Alex is dead, and any pain I feel is all my own fault. I won't let that happen again. So Quinlan says, then I think we can all this debriefing finish, people. And he gets punched in the face by the black guy, and he says, I owe you this for lying to us. We're going to take a real vacation now. Don't even think about sending us out or on any runs for the last 2 weeks. So the assistant says, yet they stay with us. They stay with you. They all stay. Of course, doctor. Where else do they have to go? Yeah, that's true. This was a fun conclusion for this fairy tale storyline. I liked it a lot, but, a little bit too brief. I would hope that this was, Drake going on a rampage, destroying parts of the world. But, this is probably the best conclusion. Overall, I like Lab Rats a lot. I mean, John Byrne's art and this adventure style of storytelling, that's what I also grew up with European comics. I find that fun. Guys, like, share, and subscribe and all that jazz. See you next time.